Hi, I am Mijanur Rahman, a project management professional. In this video, I am going to talk about who are my project stakeholders. For success of a project, it is very important to identify the project stakeholders. So, who are the stakeholders of my project? So, that is very important. So project stakeholders can be individuals, group of peoples, or organizations or entities. So that are impacted by the outcome of the project. Project impact can be negative or positive to the stakeholders. The stakeholders are all members of the project teams, all interested entities that are internal or external to the organization. So stakeholder includes all members of the project teams, all interested entities that are can be internal or external to the organization. Project teams identified the external or internal, positive or negative, performing and advising stakeholders. In order to determine the project requirements and expectation of all parties are involved in the project. Project manager should manage the influence of these stakeholders in relation to project requirement to ensure a success of the project. If you look at this picture, we can see this is the project team, and in the project team the stakeholders are the project management team, project manager, other team members, sponsors, who is also belongs project outsides and inside. Here the project, the customers, sellers, business partners, functional managers, operation management, other stakeholders, portfolio manager, program manager, project management office. These are all are the stakeholders. So now the responsibility and the authority of the stakeholders are varying when they participate at the project. In the responsibilities and authority of the stakeholders going to be changed during the project life cycle. Sometimes it will be influence will be high, sometimes it will be low. We know that at the beginning of the project the stakeholder influence is higher. So when the time is passed, the stakeholder influence is going to be reduced. Then some stakeholders involvement in the project is occasional, and some stakeholders involvement is full time with the project. So some stakeholder can contribute in the survey or focus group, like the project sponsorship. Who is the sponsor of the project? His involvement with the project is full time. So including the providing finance, political and other support. Some stakeholders may also detract the success of the project either passively or actively. The project stakeholders require the project manager attention throughout the project life cycle, as well as planning to address any issue they may rise. Stakeholders can positively or adversely impact the project objectives. In a project can be perceived by stakeholders as having positive or negative result. Overlooking negative stakeholders' interest can result in an increased likelihood of failure, delay or other negative consequence to the project. So we should not overlook the negative stakeholder in our project. So negative stakeholders can be vital for the success of the project. They can for the negative stakeholders, the project the chance of the success can be decreased. Here we want to look the project manager and stakeholders, how they are going to interact in the project life cycle. An important part of the project manager responsibility is to manage stakeholder expectation, which can be difficult because stakeholders often have a different or conflicting objectives. Part of the project manager responsibility it is to balance this interest and ensure that project team interact with the stakeholders in a professional and cooperative manner. Project manager may involve in the project sponsor or other team members from the different location to identify and manage. So organizational group are internal stakeholders who are affected by the activities of the project team. So these are the internal stakeholders who are going to affect the activities of the project team. So that can be our marketing or sales department, human resource department, legal, finance, operation, manufacturing and customer service. That is different part of our organization. That means different department or division of our business organization. Functional managers. Functional managers are the key individuals who play a management role within an administrative or functional area of the business, such as human resource, finance, accounting, procurement, marketing, IT, civil engineering. They are assigned their own permanent staff to carry out the ongoing activities or ongoing work. They have a clear directive to manage all tasks within their functional area of responsibility. The functional managers may provide subject matter expertise or their function may provide services to the project. So we can use this functional manager as a subject matter expert for our project. The other stakeholders. Beside this, there are some other stakeholders, that means procurement entities, financial institutions, government regulators, subject matter experts, consultant, others may have financial interest in the project, and the contributor inputs to the project have an interest in the outcome of the project. These are the others parties. They also need to be considered as a stakeholder of the project. So at last we can say that if we can engage our stakeholders with the project, we can meet their expectation and their needs, then the project success is possible. Then another stakeholder is the sponsor. A sponsor can be individual person or a group that provide the resource and support for the project, is accountable for enabling success. So the sponsor may be external or internal to the project organization. From initial conception through the project closure, the sponsor promote the project. Basically, this is the key person who is going to provide the resource for the project. His involvement with the project, his or her involvement with the project is from the initiation to closing. Then another is the customer and user. Customer are the persons or the organization who will approve or manage the project, product, service or result. User are the person or organization who will use the product, service or result. Customer and user may be internal or external to performing organization and may also exist in multiple layers. Then seller, also called vendor, supplier, contractor or external companies that enter into a contractual agreement that provide the components or service necessary for the project. Then business partner. The business partner are the external organizations that have a special relation with the enterprise, sometimes attained through a certification process. Business partner provides specialized expertise to or fill a specialized role in such as installation, customization, training, or support. So at last, I can say, for success of any kind of project, the stakeholder engagement is vital. Without stakeholder engagement with the project, it is not possible to meet the project objectives or organizational objectives. So, for a successful project, the stakeholders' needs and expectations should be met. Thank you for watching this.